In Proverbs chapter 1, verses 8 and 9, the wise man Solomon, in speaking to his young son, says, "My son, hear the instruction of your father, and do not forsake the law of your mother, for they will be graceful ornaments on your head and chains about your neck." We find in these two verses Solomon setting forth two responsibilities. The first responsibility is that the son is to receive teaching from his parents. And the second implies that the parents will give that child proper instruction. Now, when these two responsibilities are taken seriously, we find that there will be a happy parent-child relationship. As parents set forth the proper laws and instructions, they must realize the potential of their children. There is within them a power that can explode like a volcano, destroying themselves and all who get in their path. But also this same power can be harnessed to do good works. And with this sobering thought, parents need to take their responsibility seriously. Now, the Jewish parents of Israel were commanded to instruct their children about God and about His laws. In Deuteronomy 11 and verse 19, it says, "You shall teach them to your children, speaking to them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise up." But they also said that they had to believe those words. In Proverbs 22 and verse 6, it says to train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Well, assuming that the parents are giving proper instruction, we find that the son must hear and obey. And this will be a great blessing, for it is described as graceful ornaments on your head and chains about your neck. The Old Testament promised prolonged days to those who honor father and mother, and that it would be well with them. Deuteronomy 5 and verse 16 attests to this. Paul referred to this commandment as being the first commandment with promise, Ephesians 6 and verse 2. But whenever we stop and we think about our modern generation, it is so sad to see the lack of respect among many children today toward their parents. And we find that this modern generation has even begun to rub off on older generations. We see so many children, even those who have reached adulthood, who feel no responsibility toward their parents, who have no gratitude for them, who really could not care less what happens to their parents. And it seems that so many of our generation today feel like that we have outlived the usefulness of this arrangement that God established. But friends, this could not be farther from the truth. Now, our generation may think that it has, but that doesn't make it so. It is believed that the rapid increase of crime in our society has come from the breakdown of the home. In too many cases, we find parents who, rather than train up their children in the way they should go, they would rather be friends with their children and give their children whatever they want in order to stay in the good graces of their child, rather than a parent teaching that child right from wrong and that child obeying their parent to stay in the good graces of their parent. In too many cases, parents are not giving proper instruction, and their children do not come to have the proper respect for them. And friends, this is simply not God's way. There have been tests run with many hundreds of inmates who are incarcerated in our prisons in the United States, and these are individuals who have committed both violent and nonviolent crimes. And it was found that the overwhelming majority of them came from broken homes. Homes where there is only one parent, or homes where parents have divorced, and maybe those parents have different ideas about parenting, and they war with each other over how things are to be done. Or one parent allows a child to do something while another prevents the child from doing that. Well, we think about those who have not grown up to be able to discern right from wrong, and they resort to hurting others, to violence, and to a life of crime because they did not have proper instruction, or they did not develop a proper respect for their parents. They didn't listen to the things their parents had to say. But then we think about the fine, successful Christian men and women that we know that received a good, strong moral training from their parents. And we find that a child is blessed when they honor parents who have brought them up in the training and the admonition of the Lord, Ephesians 6 and verse 4. And we understand that this relationship is one that is so crucial if our children are to grow up to be good, upstanding citizens and Christians. Friends, we thank you for joining us for our program today, and have a blessed day.